All right. How we feeling? We ready?
Are we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Should
Yep,
we
yep.
plug? You'll plug it. It's been like a week, so.
It has been.
Alrighty. Mr. DM, take us away.
Then let us slide back into the wonders of Hillard University. When we last left our prospective graduates, they had just completed a little bit of required therapy on the part of one Fern. After receiving some training, as well as a little bit of advice, both emotional and tactical in regards to their synergy as a party, they were released back into their sort of open schedules of the class. Your next class is rounding about, and it is labeled as Adventuring Careers 101.
Shit.
I am far too happy that we get to go to class. Like, I am grinning. Um, are we in our dorms now?
You have just stepped out of Fern's office.
Oh, okay. And how much time do we have before our next class?
Maybe 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Hmm.
Shall we kind of patch her bag and thanks and is like, y'all want to just head straight to class?
What about the library?
I was just about to say, when we're supposed to hit up the library.
We have 45 minutes before our next class. Is that
That's
silly
plenty of
time?
time.
I agree. I believe that we should have enough time to at least drop by the library. I must admit, I am quite intrigued to go check it out.
Alright, library it is.
We can at least see if they have what we're looking for. I'm pretty sure they got the microfiche joints, right?
I think that's a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think when you head to the library.
Alright.
Who
You
knows?
guys
Oh.
make your way down to the southern end of campus and eventually find yourselves in this massive, sprawling library. Multi-floor, just sort of plants and a few fountains towards the entrance. Large windows allowing the sunlight to sort of peek through. You can see dozens upon dozens of students studying.
If we walk inside, is there like a front desk of sorts?
There you see there's just a sort of young librarian just kind of completing what appears to be a quick crossword puzzle.
I think Irene taps on the desk just to get their attention.
They kind of look up and push the glasses up. Oh, hi, hello.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. I know you're busy, but we're actually looking for some information and maybe you could point us in the right direction. We're looking for and then I think Kyrene looks towards the group because they're thinking on how to word what they need.
Shauku
School history.
School history, school records, student records,
Archives.
Yeah.
archives. Yes.
Archives, definitely. University archives, they would be up towards the second floor, and you want to go to the East History section. Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you.
of course. Let me know if you need anything else.
Question
They
for the
look at the
DM.
group.
Answer for Shauku.
You said there were people in here. There were
Yep, just students studying, that sort of thing.
a lot of people, or not too many. Is it just kind of?
It's
Uh-oh. I think you cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, repeat that.
Oh
No,
yeah,
we couldn't. You cut out. We couldn't hear you.
yeah.
It's maybe about like a dozen or so students.
Okay. Last question. Anybody giving us any extra hard looks or anything?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh shoot! There we go. First roll,
First
huh? All right.
roll.
Shawi tears her eyes away from the books all around her and looks at the librarian and says, "Yes!"
We only roll 20s in this house.
All right. Especially out of combat.
Especially out of combat.
And asks the librarian if there's a card catalog of some sort that she can look up things herself.
Uh, as far as you can tell, Shauku, a few kids like look up to see you guys, then sort of like look back down. It's the standard, like someone new has entered this quiet space, but nothing particularly with any intent behind it.
Okay. So yeah, we just follow Kyrene.
Yeah, I mean, I follow the person's directions.
Yeah. And so you guys make your way towards the history section. I assume you're going to be looking for what is it exactly?
Kyrene is looking for class roster for class 12-117. And I
Roll.
think they would also, I'm sorry, but I think they would also look for anything pertaining to, gosh, what's his name? Um, Fuck, what was the teacher's name that the history teacher was shitting on?
Professor Eok.
Uh,
No, not Professor Eok, but the one that Professor Eok was.
Dr. Hillard?
Dr.
yeah,
Hillard?
Yes,
yeah.
duh. Yes,
Yeah, I
it's
was.
a long, yeah. Okay, anyways, yeah. So Dr. Hillard, I also want to look for things like classes that Dr. Hillard has taught before in the past.
All right. Roll me an investigation check, Kyrie.
Can I have Bugsy help me?
Absolutely. As Bugsy just sort of was like peeking through like book spines and things like that.
I'm like quietly explaining to Bugsy like what I'm looking for. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Did the
Wow.
librarian tell me if there was a card catalog?
And Shoku, what'd you say while you do it?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna say while um while we're kind of waiting, I'll summon Ember and just have it keep an eye out for anybody who's trying to overhear what we're doing or looking for.
You summon your fire spirit in the middle of the library. You see the librarian just sort of go pale and like look up at you.
No, not the fire spirit, the cat.
Oh, the cat. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
Ignore everything I just said.
yeah.
Wrong one,
I'm not.
wrong one.
Yeah, I'm not trying to burn the books now.
And Shawi, you said something about a card catalog?
Yeah, did the librarian tell me if there was one?
Nope.
Can I look around to see if I see anything that looks like one?
Sure, roll me an investigation check.
Do
I'll
I
say
come
it's
up
actually
with anything?
perception check. With a 7, Kyrene, you come across just a general history of Dr. Securus Hillard,
Hmm.
how he invented the School of Amalgamation.
Sorry, I rolled that
Kyrene,
twice.
Yeah, he spotted a card catalog just sort of nearby.
Okay, cool.
I think Kyrene like looks to the group and they're like, I'm coming up empty. What about y'all?
Can we all roll investigation? I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I wanted to spot
Okay,
the card
Shauku, you just gonna
catalog.
one up me like that?
You know, I'm gonna try to make it do what it do.
15, 16, 17. Nice.
Nice.
You guys begin to search through the sort of school archives and begin to find yearbooks. Lots and lots and lots of yearbooks that go back years, centuries, and with 15s and above, you notice that there is a particular year that is missing.
I knew it.
Of
Fucking
course.
hell.
I knew it.
Of course.
Does it look like it's been ripped out, or is it just purposely not in the
Like the
book?
whole book is missing.
Oh, the
Oh,
whole
yeah,
book.
the entire year just missing.
Oh dang.
Well,
Should we hit up the yearbook club to see if they got an
Can we
archive?
wait? Can we deduce what year that was, or like, do we know what year?
It would be roughly 400 years, so 412 exactly, we'll say, from the current year, which I don't know off the
Right.
top of my head.
the
Okay.
current year is 1199. So 1199
Take
minus
inspiration,
412,
Charlie.
Nice.
787.
Fucking nerd.
Look, I have 32 different holidays and 31 different queens. I had to know what
Period.
year it was.
So wait, sorry,
Okay,
Charlie, you said
so
787?
yes, so the year that's missing, that's 787. But I bet if we grab 786 and 788, we might be able to figure something out from them.
Maybe. Let's do it. I think that's a good idea.
You have
Yeah.
to remember, there are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, so logically, students would have to, graduate a year? Just a year up,
Mm.
so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the students that we're looking for would probably be juniors in
Let's search them for
1786.
Micaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Yeah.
See
I will
any
say, as you
clubs,
guys are
anything
sort of
like that.
pouring over this, someone roll me investigation with advantage, as you can assume that the entire party is helping out with it.
Who has the best at investigation?
Chowie's got it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Chowie's got it. Oh, wait, with advantage,
Yep.
Okay, look at me. Oh my
15.
god. Wow. There we go. That's better.
15.
No, that's insight. Oh, damn it. Sorry, y'all.
Yep. Roll one more.
Investigation.
You got this.
There
I
we
believe
go.
in you.
Oh,
No way! No shot!
come on.
No shot!
Yo.
No
Rude.
shot.
Swing and
Nah,
a miss.
something is wrong. 15-7, 15-7. Come on. That's
Yeah,
fucked.
Okay.
Damn.
that's weird. That is weird.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
You have inspiration?
That's that.
I do have inspiration.
You do
yeah.
have inspiration.
Would
Just
you
a
like to
gentle
burn
reminder.
inspiration?
Oh my god, yeah. I refuse. Oh my god.
There we go.
There we go.
Lovely.
I mean, I did get
Worth it.
inspiration from knowing the year. So
Mm-hmm.
it seems only
You were
proper.
raised, as far as you know, as far back as you can remember, by the Nakis. This sort of investigation, this sort of uncovering what was not meant to be uncovered, discovering what was not meant to be discovered, learning what was not meant to be learned, is exactly what you have been trained to do. And
Yes.
the Spirally Queen has trained you well. You find Micaiah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
In the year previous, and very predictably so, not in any of the years after. She appeared to have been in several clubs. She had been on the swim team. She had been in the theater club. She had been in the botany club back when there was one botany club. And
Does she
in the
appear
sort of auxiliary, like flavorful pictures of like people in like groups and things like that. You see her in a group photo with about
Yes, please.
12 other students. No names, just faces. But you could see that they are all wearing these lovely matching t-shirts that say Team Amalgam.
Mm.
Okay. So now all we have to do is go through this yearbook and match the faces of these people to the faces of their yearbook pictures, and we'll have their names.
Kyrene cries.
But everything all right?
Oh,
I feel
Shelby
so
just kind
bad
of
for
puts the
them.
arm over Kyrene's shoulder.
They like lean into it. Like they this is so fucked up.
You have to remember, we're trying to do everything we can to reverse the curse.
They nod and
Assum-
kind of sniffle.
assuming they didn't want this.
Huh. Well, I mean, if you remember the creature, they were trying to prevent themselves from amalgamating us, as well as some of them trying to amalgamate us. So somewhere in there, something wants to be amalgamated, well, but I don't think that all of them had the choice.
Right.
Shoot, we were
Shall
nearly
we?
amalgamated ourselves.
True
Charlie
indeed.
kind of looks down and
Mm.
touches the picture, and suddenly she better understands how Kyrene feels. Suddenly they're students, just like us.
Um, can we like cross-reference the group photo with like how in the yearbook they have like the students' names and whatnot, and like a portrait of them?
Yes.
Cool.
So you pour through this yearbook. It
How much
is
time has passed?
I would say, I would actually say with you guys doing this, it is like coming up on like maybe like 10 minutes before your next class if you'd like to
Yeah,
look through this yearbook.
let's go. I don't want to be late.
Wait, no. Do we get the names though? Like, are we able to put together a
You
roster
can
ourselves?
We can check the
Or
book
can we
look.
out.
take the book out? Yeah.
We can check it out. Okay, fine. That's fine.
It's a library. It's a library.
Okay, but also Kyrene is like, I'm fine with being late, but I'll hurry
Nah,
because everybody else is hurrying.
I'm definitely not hurrying, but I'm going.
It's just me and Shauku. We're just trying to get
Right?
to class on time.
All right, you guys hurry off to Adventuring Careers 101. I'll say everyone just roll initiative to see how fast you guys are going, how fast you guys are making your way over to class.
Oh, shot. No shot. No way.
No, boy.
Am I?
Late than a motherfucker.
I fell. I stepped on my Hayori and fell. I skinned my knee and everything. It's all bad.
Oh no.
No, I'm just walking
Shall we
slow.
roll initiative?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Dang.
That's okay. Let's get him out of the way. That's all right. Let's get him out
Oh
of the
my
way.
god.
I
This-
fell, and then Chawi fell.
Today's it. Today
Wow.
is my day as a DM.
Oh my god.
Everything you guys have put me through these past
Yeah.
6 episodes is finally coming to roost. How does it
Not
feel?
you coming into your villain era on us.
Yeah, you might want to savor this, cause
Yeah,
Uh,
that's crazy.
All right.
I fell.
Wow.
Chawi
guys-
stepped on me. Fell. Shauku
Kyrene
slowed down
did
to help
not
us.
care about like making it to class on time and ended up making it to class earlier
You
than
guys-
everybody.
You guys are rushing, and it is like the first day of school. No one knows where anything is, and so the hallway traffic is insane. And Apollo, you are polite. You're very polite, and so you don't like shove past people, but people do not offer you the same courtesy. And so as your guys like try to make your
Excuse me.
way
Pardon me.
down the hall,
Pardon me.
yes,
Excuse me. Pardon me.
yep,
I've got to go that way. I'm sorry.
and just the
I gotta-
current of students is just
Please,
like picking
please.
you up basically. You're like accidentally crowd surfing in the opposite direction of the class that you need to
Wait,
go.
my class is
Oh my
that way.
God.
Help me.
Wait,
Uh,
Chawi looks back and grabs Apollo's hand.
And you do, and then they start dragging you along with them. And
And I was gonna try to use. I was gonna try to ask if I could roll stealth to see if I could weave between the people.
there
With
is
the nat one?
stealth,
It's
and
too-
there is
it's too-
just a solid mass of students
It's too
Oh
late.
my
the-
God!
trying to park the NPC in
Can
just
Nothing we can
do a acrobatics to try to like pop my way through the
Yo said pop lock.
He's breakdancing.
I'll say roll acrobatics, sure, Shauku.
I mean my athletics is not great, so
You got this.
Oh shit, he got it.
Nice.
Nice.
Shauku, you
follow me.
you for a fact you can get through this crowd. You don't really care about being late though. So as you see your friend being swept away by this current, you stick with them. Kyrene, as you make your way to class, you look behind you. Your friends aren't there. You swore they were right behind you.
That
Um,
is so on brand for like they look behind him and they're like, oh shit, what the fuck? Where did Okay, and then they just go inside and take a seat. They'll come soon.
You step in right before the bell rings. Anyone who's not in at this point is late. And you enter the classroom. You see just kind of like sitting on the desk, this sort of very old, rotund gnome woman. This like, very frizzy hair, so sort of like pulled back into this very high bun. And she regards you. Have a seat now, dearie.
Oh, okay. They have a seat like near the back. Not all the way, but you know.
Near the
Kind
back.
of look around the room like what's the vibe like? Are there like a lot of students in here?
There is actually. It's like a massive lecture hall.
Hmm.
It seems to be one of the other math classes that you have as well. So
Cool. I think at this point Kyrene is thinking like oh yeah. They're thinking like, where the fuck are these people at? Like where did I go out
Your
there?
classroom is nowhere. Your classmates are nowhere in sight as the professor begins to like write her name at the board, and it's not very high. You can't see. He goes, hello class, my name is Dr. Sandy. I'm going to be your Adventuring Careers 101 teacher. Now, can anyone tell me what they would like to do with the rest of their life?
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Apollo, Chawi, Shauku, he burst into the door. Oh dear. And he starts
traffic
doing
was
this
crazy.
bursting.
Traffic is a bitch. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yep, understandable on your first day of classes. Please do try and be on time next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
That'll never happen again. We'll never go to the library again.
Tisk
But
tisk.
I wouldn't
Came
say
straight to
that.
class. Chawi like stage whispers to them. Told y'all we should have gone straight to class.
We
You were
would have
right.
been too early.
No, we
Yeah,
would have been on
yeah.
time. You can always be.
Please.
You can never be
I
too
was on
early.
time.
Please have a seat now.
Chawi goes to the, as usual, the closest seat to the front. Even though she was late, she don't care.
I'm sitting right next to Chawi.
I'm gonna roll something.
Shauku's in the back somewhere.
Also, let me just take you guys over to also the other thing in the bib.
Oh.
Another lecture. Once again, Apple's amazing part.
Love it.
Love it.
Chawi, Apollo, there is one seat left in the front, actually, as you guys were late. And
I'm sorry
All
to have
the-
to do this to you. Chawi, look.
Chawi, wait, can we
Chawi,
do
look, there's
an
something
athletics
shiny
check?
over
Can we do some kind of check to see who gets this?
here. Yeah, I'm so
You-
game for this.
You can absolutely roll initiative to play musical chairs.
Oh god. Oh wait, no, this isn't fair. She's a rogue. This isn't fair.
You're a dex-based fighter.
Have you seen how I have been rolling?
Okay.
So 11.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Once again, we only roll 20s in this house.
Chari, you hear, I'm sorry to have to do this to you, and you turn, what? And Apollo's already halfway sprinting across the room, like full-on Terminator run towards the seat at the front. You try your best to catch up, but before you can, Apollo is seated at the front, like a good student.
Just a full-on
The
Terminator
imagery
drive.
is so funny.
I have like my hands folded on my seat, and I'm not looking at Joey at all.
Sitting straight up.
My
like...
back is straight. I'm looking straight forward.
Charlie just stares at the side of Apollo's head, and it's like, wow. Okay, is there a seat next to Shauku?
Kyrie
Yes.
messages Chowie, and it's like, come sit with me.
Chowie glances back
Chari,
at
you look
Kyrene.
toward the back. All the slackers are in the back. All the students that are just like hoods up. Like one of them's sleeping. One of them's like chewing gum, like sticking it beneath the desk.
And
Slackers.
Chowie looks at Kyrene and says, "Come join us."
Kyrie's like, eh. And they put their head down on the desk.
Right, so back to the beginning question, I suppose. Can anyone tell me what they would like to do with the rest of their lives?
Chowie's hand shoots up in the air.
Yes, Chawi.
For the rest of my life, to explore and learn.
That's incredibly vague. Be more specific.
Well, I want to explore the world, every corner of it. I want to see the sights that no one else has ever seen and put together the pieces of things that no one has ever done. I want to learn everything I can from everyone I can. How I do that and what I'm doing while I'm doing that doesn't really matter.
Very insightful. Anyone else?
There is a deafening silence in the room.
Chowie just kind of looks around at all
Apollo
the students
raises
and
his
sits
hand.
down in her chair a little bit.
Yes, Apollo.
I would like to be one of the most world-renowned archers the world has ever seen. I want to go on adventures just like my fa. And then he just kind of trails off. My father. Oh.
Please, no profanities in the classroom.
No, my father.
Oh.
June Prophet. He once
Oh,
came to
June
this-
Prophet! I had him as a student all those years ago. Are you June Prophet's boy?
Yes, ma'am. I am indeed.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you'll very much like this class then. This was one of his favorites.
And he actually, Apollo actually gives a smile. Yes, I also would like to explore the world, going on adventures, just like my fa. God damn it.
Right. Does anyone else has any answers, right?
Kyrene raises their hand.
Right, Kyrene.
Well, I also want to travel. I don't really have plans besides that, but I guess a plan I've just always wanted to do, just on a whim, is to visit the Shrine.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
I think it'd be cool too.
Very, very hip, the Shine. Anyone else?
Lay down.
Shauku hates the classroom setting. He's definitely one of those students that you're gonna have to call on him for anything. He's not raising his hand for anything.
And the deafening silence continues on, stretches for like a full minute before she turns back to the board.
Well, I'm sorry to say that all three of the ones who answered got the wrong answer, and the real answer is that there's no answer. A lot of the times, what we think we want to do with our lives at this age, and she kind of gestures to all of you, isn't what we do with the rest of our lives as we move forward. And so, the point of Adventuring Careers 101 is to prepare you for a future that cannot be predicted by even the greatest of divination magics. Does that make sense?
Callie
Sha-
grins
That makes
smoothly.
perfect sense.
Shauku
Yeah.
whispers, "Why the fuck you didn't just say that?"
Apollo's
I'm sorry, what was that?
scribbling furiously.
Do you have questions, Shoku?
Chawi puts
No,
her
no,
head
no.
down
Proceed. Proceed.
next to
Oh, okay.
Shauku.
All right.
Mind you, she's still taking notes. Her hand is still writing, but her head is down on the desk.
Now, the point of this class, at least for the first semester, on your first day of school, will be your first assignment to write a detailed 20-page essay on a detailed life map plan. Now, the point of this essay, don't let the 20 pages scare you, is to be as bullshit as possible. The point of this plan is to go horribly wrong, as it will be in life. And then towards the senior year, we'll be looking at it again and see how much has changed. And depending on how much you improve, will be sort of based on how well you do with the career credits.
Fair credit?
What
Chawi
are,
perks up.
yeah, what is that?
Career credits. You're in an adventuring academy, you're in an adventuring university, and uh, lo and behold, some of you are going to be adventurers. This is the class in which you will be able to acquire your adventuring license, or at least junior adventuring license. Career credits are sort of necessary for uh, adventures outside of the pillars for extra practical credits and stuff like that.
Chawi's grin gets wider. Oh, I like the sound of this. It'll get us our junior adventures license. We can make money, and we have a reason to be in the forest. She's just kind of muttering this under her breath to Shauku.
I'm sorry, what was that? What?
I
You
said
have
that I am
questions,
very
Joey?
excited about the idea of adventuring credits. They will open so many new avenues.
Exactly, and new avenues is the point of Adventuring Careers 101. Which
But
is
a
why,
20,
but yes,
but a 20-page essay though?
yeah,
I know
20
it
page
has to
essay,
be bullshit, but that's
20 pages.
oh,
Chawi just rubs her forehead.
How
And she's
old?
staring daggers into the back of Apollo's head. Okay, daggers.
Apollo is diligently writing down every word. He's on the edge of his seat listening to every word. He's already started his essay. Also, how old
Apollo.
does the professor appear to be?
Like late 40s, early 50s.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a smaller
Kyrene
one.
is like looking around the room for that one person who you can pay to write your essays.
Oh my god.
Look no further than
Roll a
Apollo
perception check.
Prophet.
Like, you just need to
Imagine
look straight
you
forward.
roll a
just
nat
straight
20
forward.
and it's still me. Wow, what are the odds?
Uh,
Roll a perception check. 15. You see towards the back there is a Eladrin kid in a hood that's like there's like money being like tossed to them under the table, and they kind of like pocket it and like start like writing down names in their notebook.
I messaged them and I'm like, yo, add Kyrene, asking him on that list. Like, yeah. How much?
3 gold.
Bet. I tossed 3 gold.
Oh my
Roll a
god.
sleight of hand check.
Can Bugsy help me out? Like,
I'll
just
say
run it
sure.
over there.
Yeah, just run it over. Yeah, I'll have Bugsy roll a stealth check actually, if you're gonna do that.
Oh, I love that then. Hold on.
solid 17.
Oh yeah, no, smooth as a thief, right? Bugsy takes these 2 gold coins and just sort of like scampers over, palms in the kid's hand, and you see them write down your name and give you a little thumbs up from across the room.
Perfect. Kyrene leans back in their chair, crosses their legs. They chilling.
Does Chawi notice this at all?
Passive perception. What's your passive perception, shall we?
My passive perception is 14.
14. You are being a very diligent student.
Mm,
Right. As such, asking you what to do with the rest of your lives on the first day of school is probably a little bit too much, so I'm willing to provide you with example avenues for your future adventuring careers, as well as any other future careers you may like to have during your time here at Hillard. And so I prepared for you a few career guidance counselors that you can sort of talk to and speak to. And as she sort of like takes out this slate tablet and begins like etching some sigils onto it, you see a flash of light. And similarly to how the professors and the prefects appeared before Dr. Sakiris Hillard, there is rows upon rows in the sort of center of the lecture hall in a sort of like front-facing semicircle. Booths set up, and various what appear to be adventurers and businessmen and other all sorts of creatures and creators sort of lined up at the front of the hall and sort of like across the edges of the classroom. These are career counseling specialists. They can help you determining which would be the best career path for you to take here and now, and feel free to talk to as many as you want to see what suits you best. And yeah, please have at it.
I'm sorry, I'm
Charlie,
I'm a little
Charlie,
confused.
Charlie gets up and heads to the first booth to read what the label is.
Yes, Shauku.
So we're supposed to talk to adventuring counselors before learning anything about adventuring?
Yes, you're to be
Oh,
counseled on your future adventuring careers.
okay.
Apollo, roll me a perception check.
Sure thing. Oh, okay.
Cool, everything's fine. Chawi, you approach this first stand, and it appears to be a stand from the Kiln Corporation. You're not exactly sure what that is, but as you approach the stand, there is this fire genasi person sort of like staring down at you and say, hello, how can I help you?
What kind of adventuring do you do?
Well, we here at the Kiln Corporation, we're more of a magitech industry, although we do hire a fair bit of adventurers for, let's say, entrepreneurial purposes, you know, gathering of rare materials and assembly of rare materials and things like that. So we're kind of a jack of all trades, if you will, when it comes to the corporate side of adventuring and all that sort of stuff is the Kiln Corporation specialty.
Charlie kind of looks at him and tilts her head and then gently pulls her Nachi's pendant from under her shirt and just lets it drop on her chest and looks at him.
He looks down, and you see recognition flash in his eyes, and then he looks up at you and smiles and doesn't say anything.
And then Charlie slowly takes down her hair and shakes it so he can see the charms in her hair.
Very lovely hair, miss.
Thank you. Charlie smiles and just walks through the next booth.
The rest of the party.
Is there one? Sorry, my throat. Like I said.
All good?
Is there one that looks like it's more, what's the word here? For, like, athletic types?
Roll me another perception check.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh my god.
Maybe. You're not sure.
Mhm.
There's a lot of booths here.
Well, I'll just walk into, like, the closest one to my left, then.
Alright. Roll me a D100.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Bro, these low rolls.
God dang.
Wow.
Not happening tonight.
No, it's not. I got one nat
Wow.
20, and that was all my luck for the rest of the campaign.
All your luck, all the rest of our luck, like
You walk up to a booth labeled in these fiery orange letters, Infernal Contracts, and a smiling tiefling gentleman is just sort of bearing down at you. Hello there, young lad. How may I be of assistance to you?
Hi, I kind of just wandered into this booth here. I just wanted to gather some information. What exactly do you do at Infernal Contracts? Although I might be able to make a guess.
We deal in, well, mainly infernal contracts. Devilish work gets a bad rep here in Demi, and we are looking to change that reputation with a lot of very good positive work and a lot of good positive publicity.
Apollo started walking away as soon as they
No,
said the word devil.
wait. You see, it's those kind of hurtful stereotypes that make infernal work so hard.
Sorry, I'm not interested in devil contracts. I have a contract of my own already.
Drats.
It moves.
And Apollo's just gonna keep like wandering between booths, trying to look for something that'll maybe give him like a bump or a step in the right direction for advancing his career as an archer or a archer type adventurer.
Shauku, as you are kind of looking around, you hear your name being called.
Wow. Who do I see?
At one of the booths labeled the Kiln Corporation, there's a Fire Genasi gentleman just kind of waving at you.
And I approach.
Mr. Shauku.
Yeah. You know me?
Well, I know of you. Got you from up the ladder.
Oh, good things, I hope.
All good things, yes, of course. I'm just here to inform you, before you go perusing any of the other brews, that the Kiln Corporation will be covering all of your expenses and most of your career advancements from here on out, courtesy of our CEO.
and shall we be kind of keeping an eye on Shauku even as she's wandering around looking? She kind of has an awareness of where he is.
Depends on what show we would be doing. But we'll settle that later. Well, Sharuku, what are you going to say?
Um, that's sounds great. Why?
Well, our CEO, Chiron Kiln, he is, let's say, very interested in your progression here at Hillard. You could say that your being here was entirely his doing.
Huh. Huh. Okay. Um, Interesting. Well, thank him for that. Uh, what does he expect from me?
Great things, Sharuku. Great things.
Hmm. In exchange for what?
We'll get there. If you'd like to sign a contract now, I can tell you a bit more. You need to sign an NDA before I can give you any of the juicier details. But
Hmm. Can I confer with my fellow students for a few minutes first?
absolutely, they've already been thoroughly vetted and they are approved.
Wait. Say it again.
They have been thoroughly vetted and they are approved.
Oh, my friends here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, getting down like that. All right. Um. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back.
Have a wonderful day.
Yeah,
Alright. Yeah.
I immediately try to find Charlie.
Yeah. No. Easy enough to do. It's a fairly contained space.
Um, so I kind of pull her to the side and give a rundown on what he just said, and uh,
As Shauku's talking, Shaui's eyes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then she just kind of puts her head in her hands.
what do you think? What do you think this means, considering your contract?
I am assuming that the CEO of Kiln is the client.
Hmm.
He's the client that put in the contract.
Well, he thinks I'm something great. Hires you to protect me. Does that mean he expects some shit to happen at some point, or is he just being careful?
Yes.
Great.
Shaui smiles at him and then kind of looks over at the Kiln man and is like, I wonder how much he knows. She's like, do you know where Kyrena and Apollo are? Because I'm guessing if we're doing this, we're doing this.
Well, how would that work? I mean, I'm real leery on NDA kind of stuff. Although, I mean, shit, I don't give a fuck. I'll spill the beans if I have to. Catch me if you can. But, um, do you think this will affect you all in any way? Like, do you think it will affect them in any way?
Shaui pauses for a moment. I don't know. Let's find our classmates and talk.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, we do that.
Karina's like off peering, looking for a booth to go to while petting Bugsy.
Roll me a perception check, Kyrie.
I think they're looking for, like, they're not extremely interested, but they're looking for, I don't know, something to do with exploring or nature or art in some way, I guess.
Yeah, roll it. You see several booths pertaining to art, nature. You also spot a booth labeled Extraplanar Travels with your mother, who is just staring deadpan at you.
Shit.
Oh my fucking God.
Hmm.
My stomach, my actual blues, like actual stomach dropped when they heard that. I didn't expect that.
Oh, this is Apple's night.
They probably like spot their mom and then like immediately look up at something on the ceiling to pretend that they didn't see her. Uh, and they turn on their heel and rush over to Apollo.
And so I said, that's biological warfare, and you're not allowed to do that most days these days. So,
What?
oh, hi, Kyrie. How can I help you?
What are you? I'm fine. I
Oh,
mean,
Apollo, you sure are quite the jokester, quite the prankster, quite the funny guy. Hey, have you checked out that Infernal Contracts booth over there?
God damn it, not again. Wait, hold on. Maybe some other time. Kyrie, did you need something from me? What's going on?
Karine whispers to Apollo, my mom is here right now.
Oh. Did you want us to meet her? Question.
I pretended I didn't see her.
Oh, I see. Okay, so right this way. Have you heard about infernal contracts? They're quite interesting things, and I just kind of take her deeper into the boots. 9 times out of 10, they're not cracked up to what they should be.
Like lettering me on like social security card like information, like being safe with it. That's what this feels like.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's Kyrene is honestly like it's going through one ear and out the other. They're like, was that stupid to do? I'm pretty sure she saw me. Should I go say something? I don't think I should.
So after like I lead you kind of like away deeper into like the booths and crowd in the crowd, I'm just like, do you not want you? Well, clearly you don't want your mother to see you, or did you guys make eye contact or anything like that?
We did for a moment.
Ooh,
I didn't leave on the best of terms. We don't have a great relationship.
I
So it feels weird. It's surprising. Why why first Fern and now her? I can't.
You didn't happen to leave because of family, did you?
I mean, my parents pretty much sent me to Hillard so I could, and they do like the quotation, like make a name for myself
Hmm.
and live up to our name. But
They
who the
sound like
fuck wants
very
to
good
live like
parents.
that?
Wait, who?
Hmm?
Who the hell?
As you turn, and there is a booth. Athleticism with Maya Prophet, or sorry, June Prophet.
Oh,
As Apollo, you stand face to face with your father.
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit!
Kyrene audibly says, "Oh shit."
wait. So, hold on. Oh, words.
Right?
A mixture of
Apollo,
emotions here.
I see you're making friends.
Yes,
Well,
father. I am making
dude.
friends. Um, hello. I didn't expect for you two to be here. Um, Kyrene, this is my father, my mother, June, and Maya Prophet, and he does kind of like a little bow to them.
Your mother appears to be busy answering students' questions, and like kind of gives you like a sort of like offhanded wave. Your father just gives you a stern nod. Chawi and Shauku, you guys are making your way sort of through this lecture hall, through these sort of arranged booths. With each of your passive perceptions, you begin to notice uh, more and more students recognizing booth members, sort of striking up personal conversations and sort of being sorted into almost one-on-ones or like one-on-group conversations with various booth members. And as you're sort of passing by the central area of the classroom, you can see Dr. Sandy just sort of sipping something from a mug and grinning with the biggest shit-eating grin you possibly have ever seen.
Can I insight that?
Roll an
Right?
insight check.
What you laughing on?
With a 16 and 17, you
You cut out.
I would say, as far as you can tell, there is some kind of mischievous joy she is taking in whatever is transpiring right now. What much more you can discern from that is entirely up to your characters.
Hmm. Hmm.
I kind of share a glance with Shauku,
Hmm.
and I'm like, she's up to something.
I'll make sure Ember kind of hovers around the desk to see if it hears anything and tells me if anything weird is happening or
Absolutely.
Do we see Kyrene and Apollo?
I'll say roll me a perception check, each of you.
swear to God, we better get into combat so I can make up for this, because this is damn
Right, this fight's yes.
fucking ridiculous. Am I still hungover from the beach?
Oh
Is
my
that
god.
what's happening?
Evil
Like,
laughter.
Shauku, you just sort of barely spot Kyrene's bright green hair and ostentatious ass flower crown sort of peeking above the crowd. Just barely.
Love it.
I make my way over through the crowd.
As you make your way over, Apollo, you are just kind of standing face to face with your father.
Apollo's face, he just kind of like. So, Father, I'm doing quite well for myself. We came back from the hunt in 7th.
7th place.
The people who came back first, technically, they cheated. They used their invites to teleport back onto campus.
And what of the people who came in 2nd?
I actually didn't inquire about that.
And the people who came in 3rd?
I didn't inquire.
And 4th? And 5th?
Oh god.
What a douche.
Kyrene is
6th?
sweating. This dude fucking sucks.
please do not let Chawi hear this.
Is there anything you could possibly have learned from your betters?
Yes, Father. I suppose I should have been thinking more on my feet, like you always taught me.
Apparently not well enough.
I'll try harder, Father.
Kyrene kind of like gets in front of Apollo, and they're like, Apollo is great, actually. He's saved my life more times than you can count, and I'm willing to bet everything he's much better with a bow than you are. Like, give him, lay off of him.
Kyrene,
I druid craft a flower in Apollo's mouth. Shh.
You see June just kind of look down, way down at you, Kyrene, and kind of raise an eyebrow. You keep interesting company, Apollo.
Glad Shauku's now nearby.
Yes, we completed the trial together, Father. We defeated a monster in the woods, and ever since, well, I've been trying to keep those who were with me in close company.
And is what this, and they kind of look you up and down, person said true? You saved their life several times?
Yes, sir. I have done my best to protect those around me, the way Mother taught me to.
And you look to your mother, and she's like sort of on the other side of you, like helping students. You can see them laughing and joking, and your father just completely disregarding it. He nods approvingly once as you sort of explain this to him, and says, "From the sounds of it, Apollo, it seems like the company you keep might be holding you back a little bit. What do you think?"
I druid craft mud in his mouth. I hate this guy. I fucking hate him. I hate him so
Isn't
much.
he kind of like a holograph? Can't you?
Yes.
Wait, was the mud in my mouth or in my dad's mouth?
In your dad's mouth.
Oh, okay.
Is Chawi and Shauku there yet?
I would say at this point, Chawi and Shauku approach as they see athleticism with June and Maya Prophet, and you see this very, very sort of large gentleman just kind of like smack his lips a bit and wipe a little bit of mud from the corner of his lip. Just kind of look at you, Kyrene, and just shake his head disapprovingly and look at Apollo.
I
Probably walk.
I don't know why she did that, but I assure you, they're my friends. They're quite strong. They're quite capable in combat. Um, I, I don't
I
think that they are
Are
holding
you
me.
dead set on keeping this company with you?
Apollo pauses for a second because that sounded like the tone that got him in trouble. But remembering the time, remembering the talk that they had with Fern just previously earlier, he looks his dad straight in the eyes. Yes, these I I believe that this will be the party for me, Father.
Roll me a persuasion check, Apollo.
can I help Apollo?
Ha,
We all
I would
help
say
Apollo.
I would say you're helping Apollo by not giving him disadvantage from after having put mud in his
Mm.
father's
Oh
mouth.
my.
His dad fucking sucks. I regret nothing.
All right, I'm gonna roll. Apollo, you know I love you, don't you?
Uh, yes, Father.
And you know that I only want what's best for you, don't you?
Yes, Father.
I'm saying this as someone who's been where you are before. Sometimes the first people you meet in the middle of the woods are not the best people for you. And that's not to discount your friends or their achievements or your connection to them. And I'm not saying you should sever that connection entirely, but I am recommending professionally that you find people more suited towards your talents.
Hold up, Chief. Hold on a sec. We are here now,
And
right?
at this point, yeah, Shauku and Chawi arrive.
Did we hear that last spiel
Yeah,
that he?
absolutely.
Howie just kind of looks at him and then looks at Apollo. This gotta be your daddy.
This your pops now?
Uh,
I message both of them like what's been happening.
Yeah.
Kyrie
Wow.
gives you a TLDR.
Tyrene.
Yeah,
Tyrene. Oh my God.
his
Howie
dad's a
just.
dig. He's like pushing Apollo down. I don't fuck with that. Somebody get this nigga.
Oh,
Howie.
you said that sometimes the people you meet in the forest don't turn out to be the right people, right?
You know,
Sometimes, not all the time, right? And you suggested that you professionally recommended that he find people more suited, right?
he nods again.
How you know we not suited?
Well, from the sounds of it, it seems as though my son has had to expend a great deal of his talents in keeping at least this one alive. So perhaps I shouldn't have been so hasty as to dismiss the other two of you. I'm sorry I didn't catch either of your names.
Yeah, you didn't. Um,
He just looks at
Yeah,
Apollo.
um,
Apollo is a
I
great
don't give.
teammate, unlike you. What happened to Riv's dad? Let's talk about
Yeah.
that since you want to come at us.
Shawty's like, Kyrene,
Kyrene,
you took the words right out of my mouth.
wait, this. Can we not do this right now? And Apollo just kind of like, he's like holding onto his arms, looking around at. I'm pretty sure there are bystanders watching students argue with someone in the booth. I can. Yeah.
Yeah, your mother seems to be keeping the majority of them occupied. Roll an insight check with advantage, though, Apollo.
Okay.
Irene with the kaboom. Yeesh.
Eight. Kyrie, look, Kyrie got to it. I literally out of game. I literally just messaged Apple. It was like, "Do I know Rib's dad's name?" Cause
I was searching through my notes, like, what is this nigga name? I could have sworn I took note.
right?
Highlight, no highlights, nothing. Couldn't find it.
I was look because it was about to get
Your
tough.
mother, you can tell Apollo is kind of listening a little bit, uh, keeping their attention on the students, keeping them distracted. And as you say that, Kyrene, June looks at you and furrows his brow.
Goku's ready.
Ready for what exactly?
Because when Kyrie says that, he knows shit just got real. So he's looking intently to see what this guy's gonna do, how he's gonna react, because he's ready to burn him down if he has to.
That's my dad. Calm down, chill. That's my dad. Hold on.
I'm just
Wait.
saying. I'm just
Wait.
saying. I mean, I'm not about to let nobody. I'm not about to let
Yeah.
nothing
Maybe
happen to
an ass, but
nobody.
he's still family.
Shauku
Calm
is
down.
ready for the smoke at all times.
Because I know you just dropped some incriminating shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You
I
just-
feel you though.
You know. So when his self-preservation kicks in, I don't know what he's liable to do. You know what I mean? So.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Shauku is my long lost brother. Shauku is Chowie's long lost brother. I don't know how.
You see him turn towards the front desk and sort of call out towards Dr. Sandy. These ones are promising. I'm going to take them to an archery range and watch them shoot a bit. And he looks at Apollo and he begins walking out of the classroom.
Why did you do that? Why would you say that? And Apollo looks to Kyrene and the others. That's my father you were speaking to, one of the most powerful nobles in Stormhaven. You can't just go around throwing out wild accusations without knowing the full story.
She didn't throw out an accusation. She asked a question.
A very accusatory question, Chawi.
Also, Apollo,
Yes.
Chawi just kind of looks at Apollo and rubs her face. Your father is cool. And she just kind of shakes her head and I guess follows June out to the archery.
Man,
She
hold
sure as
on.
fuck ain't letting Apollo go nowhere without June.
Hold on. Hey, Apollo, you ain't gotta go nowhere, bro. You ain't gotta go nowhere.
Charlie kind of stops in the doorway.
You realize that, right? You're not him. So whatever you do, he's not going to approve of because you're not him. You can't please that guy. So why try?
Because it's all I know. It's all I've been raised with.
And that's
He's
why
all
you're
I
in
know.
school. That's why you're in school, to learn something else.
I'm in school so that I can graduate with honors and have a life for myself.
And what does that got to do with him?
It's what he wanted. It's what I wanted. I think.
Okay, so if you're not sure what you want, again, I ask you, what does it have to do with him? What is he going to do if you don't follow him out to the archery range? Besides, be more of an asshole I like, how much more of an asshole can he be? At some point, it doesn't even matter. He's just an asshole. So what difference does it make? He's gonna be an
Apollo,
asshole.
stop saying that. Stop
Am I
saying
wrong?
that.
Am I wrong?
He's my father. He's sure he's tough and he's
Am I
grim.
wrong?
Is my mother still
Childish
around?
realized.
Kyrie like
Yeah,
puts
yeah.
a hand on Shauku's shoulder to kind of like reel him back a little bit.
Your mother is, for all intents and purposes, out of earshot, still sort of tending to the booth.
Charlie realizes nobody's moved and come back to the group just in time to hear the very end of
Apollo's
Do what,
gripping his
Shauku.
arm,
Damn.
and
do what you're gonna do, man.
he doesn't. He's kind of like, my father is a very, very proud man. He's a very cruel man as well. And then he kind of like, Apollo pulls up his sleeve and he shows some of the marks that he received from quote unquote training with his dad. If I don't go out there and face him, he will drag me out there.
You think we're gonna let that happen?
You let him try.
We would never fucking let that happen.
Apollo just shakes his
Let-
head. You don't understand how powerful he is.
I don't give a fuck how powerful he is.
And
It's
that
3.5 against 1. We beat a goddamn owl in the forest. Chowie's voice drops. We beat a goddamn owl in the forest. An owl that was made out of a little cage and was big enough to carry us to Hillard. We beat a goddamn animatronic mouse thing. We beat a motherfucking amalgamation of other students.
You bested fucking Fern. And they're like pointing their finger like in his chest. You bested Fern. One shot.
We are powerful together.
and on top of all that, which is 100%, 200% facts, right? Turn down the fear and turn up the logic. Is he really going to physically drag you out of here in school? Like, is that something that's going to be allowed on campus? Is that what teachers and faculty are allowed to do?
That's my father. I don't. He's not sure because, again, he's a noble. He just tends to get away with whatever he wants.
So what you're saying to me is that faculty who have children as their students are allowed to just physically do whatever they want to them because they're related. Is that how the school works?
I
He's a
mean, I get it.
faculty.
He'd probably pay somebody
vendor.
off.
He a vendor. Look, forget whether he can or cannot do it. If he try, we gonna beat his ass.
Yeah.
Like,
No, my father. You all just stay out of it. I'll handle it myself.
Go ahead, man.
And
Go ahead.
then Apollo walks off after his dad.
You
right behind him.
Yo, this nigga's a problem.
exit the classroom. What is the rest of the party doing?
I think after that, Kyrie's like looking towards their mom, trying to see if she caught any of that.
You don't see your mom. You kind of ducked and weave through the booths, so.
The booth is just empty now?
I mean, you're not in line of sight to your mom.
Ah,
You have to
gotcha,
go
gotcha.
looking for her back where you found the booth.
Charlie just kind of looks at Shauku. Are we really gonna let him go by himself?
Man, listen. That's a grown man. I can't hold his nuts for him.
Jesus. Could I dip back towards the booths, spot my mom, and like just send a message?
Sure.
Okay. I'll send a message. Um, shit. What will I say? I'll say sorry. I left on crappy terms, and then I'm gonna go back towards the group and look at them and say maybe we should follow just to make sure he's okay.
Shawi kind of clears her throat and says, I told him I'll have his back, no matter how far back he wants that to be. We can at least go to the archery range and watch.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
So, yeah. Headed to the archery range.
Question for the DM.
Answer for the Shauku.
So the the booths and everything, like, is this like a now or never type of situation for signing up, or
You haven't asked.
oh, well then before we dip, I'll go back to the corporation guy and ask him how much time I have to decide.
As much time as you want. You can send a letter to the Kiln Corporation, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
No, but like, how long is this thing going on? I went with Apollo. I mean, Shauku.
Well, at least this part of the fair for the first week of classes, anyway. So every other day. So I guess 2 more class sessions.
Oh, okay.
You know when the next class session is?
2 days from now.
2 days from now. Okay. Cool.
Bye.
Thanks.
Have a wonderful day, Shauku.
Likewise.
As we cut to Apollo, and you exit the classroom and begin walking down to the archery range with your father. Are you saying anything?
As long as no one is with me, I think I'd kind of be talking to my ring. Hopefully, a certain someone is awake.
Your father was waiting outside the room for you, and as soon as you exit, he begins walking with you down the hall. So if your father is with
okay
you,
then. Okay, then. Yeah. Apollo's not going to say anything. He's just going to kind of like hang his head in shame.
you took quite a while coming out.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, Father.
Any particular reason?
I needed to discuss some semantics with my party.
The rest of the walk is eerily silent. And you make your way over towards the archery range. It is mostly empty. Everyone is in class right now. There's a janitor, like the back corner of the room. All right. Show them what you can do.
So as Apollo readies his weapon, and as he's done thousands upon thousands of times with repetitive motion, he readies his bow, and he fires.
Roll an attack. All right. 14. You in the outer ring, just outside the bowl. And your father looks at you, but seems to be waiting for you to say something.
Apollo just kind of takes a deep breath, and he readies another arrow, just like he's done for exhibitions before.
Roll to attack.
I can do this. I can show him that I have been practicing. I can show him that I am his son. And he lets go of the
And
arrow.
you loose the arrow. It seems to cut through the air, straight through the bullseye, out the back, and shatters into splinters in the opposite wall. And he nods.
Do we see that?
Right?
You're not here yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're improving. You're starting to look like my son. And he places a hand on your shoulder.
Thank you, Father. I told you, this party, they really seem to understand me.
I'm not saying you can't have them as friends, Apollo. Emotional support is all well and good. But when it comes to tactical support, you need tactical advantage. And accusing me of murder to my face does not seem very tactical on their part.
I didn't even mention the murder. I'm sorry.
I understand, but Father, I must ask you this. Do you know anything of Rivulet's father? She's been giving me quite the hard time, supposedly over that. This is the first time I'd heard anything, and I'm not saying that I believe her, but also, and he kind of just trails off from there.
Speak with your spine. Also what?
But also, I can't understand someone just making something like that up. I can't just...
Are you telling me that the girl who beat you at the archery competition is Rush's daughter?
Yes, Father. Wait. How did you...
Rush and I were in a party together. So he was talented, almost as talented as me. And you know more so than anyone how much that takes for me to admit. Much like your party members, he had the emotional advantage when it came to party dynamics, but not the tactical one. We are alike in that we don't tend to win many popularity contests. Like father, like son, I suppose. And at that point, the sort of party walks into the archery range.
Can I say we're coming in a way where we don't want to interrupt the conversation?
Yeah.
Like real
Roll
low key.
a stealth check, the lot of you.
I'm sorry, hold on. My cat is sitting on my keyboard.
Okay, that's not bad, Charlie. Ooh, girl, wish you had failed the stealth check too. We just would have gone back to bed.
Ugh.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I stole all the luck again. My apologies.
As the door sort of creaks open, your father kind of turns his gaze over. And so we as he turns again to you, Apollo, voice lowered so as not to be in earshot of your party members that are kind of on the outskirts of the shooting range. Take another shot.
Oh. All right.
Another bullseye. And he continues the story. And so we had an agreement, a friendly sparring match, as you were, to determine who would be the leader of the party going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Take another shot.
Hell no.
Let's go. What did we say? Our
Another
boy
bullseye.
don't miss.
Not even worried about Apollo.
We fought. I won. And I made sure that my victory would not be undone by the emotional manipulations of Rush and his silver tongue.
You made sure? What do you mean you made sure you... Father, did you... And Apollo just kind of like steps away, kind of like fearfully. You didn't. Surely you could have just talked to him or something. There were
Apollo, you
other...
have to understand that death is not as permanent as many common folk make it sound. Rush has been on something of an extended sleep for a bit.
What? You cursed him? That's not any better. That's not any better.
No, I kept his body intact, hence why he's able to be resurrected when the time is right. Again, death is for poor people, Apollo. We're not poor people.
I had to stop myself from laughing. But that's... What you're doing is still very inhumane. Riv needed her father.
Clearly not, if she beat you without him. If anything, I probably helped the girl. Man, it's not like she can't revive him once she gets good enough.
That's not... That's still not right. That's still not morally
Perhaps
correct.
morally, but tactically, the results speak for themselves. And he gestures towards your bullseye. Do you think you could hit that many bullseyes without those marks on your arm? Do you think you could have saved your friend's life without my teachings? Complain all you like, Apollo, balk all you like. What I did was necessary, and it has helped you save the lives of people you have inexplicably grown to care about. I made you. Apparently I made Riv too. Entirely on accident, but I'll take what I can get. At the very least, she seems to be a half-decent archer.
But she hates me. Because of you.
She hates me and your collateral. It happens. People get jealous of power.
Collateral? Is that what you see me as? Just collateral?
It's what Riv sees you as. Riv doesn't hate you, she hates me. You've done nothing to her, have you? No, you're entirely innocent. If anything, all of her hatred should be directed towards me, and yet in her immaturity or vengeance, she targets you, my son, to what? Get at me through my love for you? That is immoral. That is vindictive. She sees you as collateral, not me.
Father, I think I don't like what you've done. I don't. You may have created me, but I am who I am, and I am my own person. I don't deserve to be treated like garbage just because of something you did, all in the fit of being tactical. It doesn't matter if you're being tactical. It's not correct.
Watch yourself and watch your tone. I'm not one of your friends. You will not speak to me, the man who has raised you for 18 years, your entire life, over less than, what is it, a week of, and he gestures towards your friends.
19 years. See, you don't even know my birthday. You don't even know. You don't even know the names of all my friends. You hardly even know the names of the maids that we grew up with, that I grew up with. You just treat everyone as if they're just some pawns in some game. This is not a game. This is life, Father. Everyone has life. Everyone has feelings. And what I'm feeling towards you right now, I am disgusted. You should have never done that to Riv's father. Does Mother know? Does Mother know what you did? How do you even feel about Mother?
Roll me a straight persuasion check, Apollo.
Are we too far to hear any of this?
At this point, Apollo's raising his voice. I would assume that you could hear this.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I think we stay. I think I stay back to let
Yeah, for sure.
when I
No,
see
no.
Apollo. Yeah,
But
Apollo
Shauku,
got this.
but supporting
Shauku,
immensely, like from the sideline.
Shauku does shout. Talk your shit, Paulo.
Tell
Hmm.
his ass, Sylvie. Oh my gosh, she just deleted like a whole paragraph of notes. Please get off my desk.
Apollo, your mother is one of the most extraordinary women I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. And frankly, I think she'd be disgusted with how you're talking to me now. You are young. You are naive. You do not know the sacrifices that need to be made for a better life. You talk of morals. You talk of life. You talk of feelings. You do not know a goddamned thing. Apollo Prophet, tell me, boy, once in your miserable life, have you ever felt hunger? Have you felt the cold? Have you felt the walls of the world closing in on you day after day, night after sleepless night? Or were you cushioned, pampered, taken care of in the immaculate manner that I built with my bare, bloody hands? I know feeling. I have felt feeling. You know insolence. Listen to me, for I will only say this once, Apollo. You will choose here and now your family or your friends.
Man.
Apollo.
Choose wisely.
That's the thing. You don't get to choose your family, but you do get to choose your friends. And if this is the way that you've been making things, and this is the way that you want to treat me, your son, then I don't want to be your son any longer. You may have created me. You may have given me all the lush and great treatment in the world, but that means nothing to me if it was gotten by ill-gotten gains. I am not you, and I denounce the prophet name.
Then I denounce you, Apollo. Get
And
the fuck out of my sight.
Oh, shit.
sorry. This is... I think I'm in the mood for a practice. How about you leave?
Oh, shit.
And then Apollo is going to he's going to fire another arrow without looking. It's not as good, but
I'll say you can take inspiration and roll that again.
oh thank God.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
There we go.
No.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Thank you so much. That would have been really sad if I had a missed.
I appreciate DM looking out for like the role play roles. We need them.
That's a goddamn.
Love it.
You fire into the bolt. He looks at you and points towards the target. I made that. Everything you do, everything you try and build for yourself, know that that Apollo, I made. And he turns and starts to storm away towards the entrance, towards the rest of the party. Are you guys doing anything?
I bet you can't make another one.
You
Just
only
staring
made
at
him for
him.
18 years. For the next 80 years, at least, he'll make himself.
He ignores the lot of you entirely and storms out of the room.
I turn and look at Apollo.
As soon as he's out of sight, Apollo collapses to his knees, and he's shaking so badly. He's like dry crying. He's like sobbing. Like his shoulders are racked by sobs, but there's no tears that are actually falling.
Kareem like rushes over and they
As
ask,
soon
"Can I hug you?"
as soon as Chawi sees him
Mhm.
drop, she rushes over and says, Apollo, can I give you a hug?
Mm-hmm.
We group hug.
I chose you over my family. This rush, what is this? I've never disobeyed my father before.
It's called
what it feels like?
independence.
Is this what it feels like to be Kyrene?
Yes, actually. Yes, you're breaking the chains of your oppressor. I'm so proud of you. Chains are
Oh my
meant to
God,
be
Apollo.
broken.
I can't believe I just did that. What will my mother say?
And
No.
yeah, I hope you know that had to happen at some point. That was inevitable.
I just wasn't expecting it so soon. What he did to Riv's dad is messed up. We have to let her know. We have to let her know.
Yeah,
We do.
we do.
Apollo kind of like runs his hands through his hair. I don't know what I want. Before I even get into any of that, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here for me. I don't care about the tactical advantage. I care that you guys are my friends, and that you are my family.
I
Kyrene
had
is
let it
crying.
go of Apollo. I was waiting to be like, Shawi is
Full
totally
tears.
crying.
Full tears, like stream of tears.
Shauku just pats him on the back. We got you.
Oh my gosh, this is our first group hug.
Okay, you can hug a little longer. I understand that this is an emotional moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
Karina like still crying like 5 minutes later for sure.
Apollo's.
Shauku's
Shawi
not.
trying to get and
Go-
lets Apollo go.
Shauku's not hugging, but he's definitely patting him on the shoulder.
The real question is, what now?
Whatever you want.
Oh fuck, do we have more classes today?
This was only the second class. I imagine we have at least one more.
Or we can ditch.
No.
I'm so in favor of that. That's a great idea.
I exchange a glance with Chawi. No. I may
How
have
about
joined initially to be a star athlete for my father's sake, but I still wish to graduate with high honors. That, at least I know I want to do.
Fine.
Shawi kind of taps her nose. We never did tell them about the kiln guys, did we? We didn't have a chance.
No, we didn't.
Can I do a history check to see if Apollo knows anything about the kiln?
Roll me a history check. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Big Tent Company.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I have in my notes.
Outside of game, did Chawi and Shauku tell the others about her contract on me?
I believe
Yeah,
so,
we did.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that same night we did.
Okay.
And for the sake of the library, everybody was like, "Hell yeah, let's do this."
So check this out. So the kiln people, right? Apparently they know me, and apparently they're the ones who got me into this school. And they know all about me. They see a future for me, and they know you all. They approve of you being my friends. So they want me to sign up and work for them.
Mm.
And they say everything will be paid for, and I don't know what to do.
What do you know about them?
Absolutely nothing. Or do I? Can I roll for that? Have I?
I'll say roll me a history check with advantage.
Ooh, okay.
Can Chawi do it too?
Sure, roll me a history check.
How do you do advantage on this thing?
I think there's like a toggle in like the top right.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
I swear.
Nice.
Chawi, you know they are. You would know this because you're an artificer. They are one of the front-running names in Magitech. Yeah, that's what you would know. Shauku. They are one of the front-running names in Magitech. Probably one of the biggest corporations across Marifa, maybe the entire world in terms of Magitech advancements. You
Chawi.
also seem to know instinctively. You're not sure if it was a rumor that you heard once or something else, but you know instinctively that their research has been turning recently towards extraplanar travel and highly advanced ways of extraplanar travel.
Interesting.
Does Shauku
Do
tell
you
us
share
this?
that? Right.
Yeah, I say the only thing I know about them is da 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 da. Everything he just said. Uh, extraplanar travel
Shall
seems to
we?
be their thing recently.
Shall we kind of stares at the rest of the group? If they can give me a location of the library, maybe that's how their Magitech is so advanced. I
Hmm.
really think that this is the client. And even though she banished me, I trust the Spiral Queen. This didn't happen accidentally.
Too many things are weird. When Shauku mentions like extraplanar travel, would I have heard of that name like in my parents' I don't know, like contacts, I guess?
I'll say roll either history or insight, whichever one you prefer.
I'll do insight.
Nice.
Kyrene, maybe like 4 or so years ago, for a straight year and a half, your parents worked for the Kiln Corporation on some kind of project. They will not talk about what. They are not legally allowed to talk about what, but you know that ever since then, the Kiln Corporation has been sending your parents lots and lots of letters trying to rehire them, and your parents have refused to work with them ever since.
Hmm. Is this the first time that Kareem has like told y'all that their parents are scientists?
No.
No? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, Kyrene, is like the name definitely rings a bell. My parents worked for them, but they never went back for some reason, which is odd considering they have the same goals in mind.
You think it might be a shady outfit?
It doesn't smell right to me. I don't trust them.
Mhm.
I think it's okay to not sign a contract for a while.
Yeah.
Well, we do happen to know. Well, can at some point I'd like to see that contract. I think I might have made a real good friend with the Infernal Contract booth guy.
No, 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 you didn't. You didn't. But there are other booths.
Do you think Do you think I could go back and get a copy of the contract to look over it the next couple of days to see what's in it?
That's what
I
I'm
We
think if
could.
suggesting.
they said no, that would make them definitely shady.
Right. So yeah, I'll do that. Shauku will he'll do that. Or unless you all have anything else you want to do right now, I'll dip back to the class real quick just to get a copy of the contract.
All right.
I would like to talk to my mom and see if she could give me any information about them now that we know this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
that'll be
guess we're
dope.
all heading. We all heading back to the classroom then, because
I also
we
would
ain't
like to
splitting the
talk to my
party.
mom because I feel like this might be one of the last
Oh
times I
God,
see
yeah.
her.
Ooh, sheesh.
Oh, Apollo.
Sheesh.
Hmm.
Shall we just kind of strokes Apollo's arm?
I'll be okay. My mom is the lesser of two evils. My dad didn't even answer the question as to whether or not he saw her as more than just a tactical advantage. Sorry, not my dad.
Mm.
That man.
You guys make your way back to the classroom. The booths are in full swing, so it seems that there's a lot less students moving around, and students seem to have found someone that they connect with on a more personal level. Uh, a few other booths are empty, Kyrene including your mother's, and well, empty as in not attended by anyone but your mother is there, and Apollo, your booth, the booth with your parents, is completely empty.
Mm.
Can I look to see if my mom maybe left a note or anything?
Roll me a perception check.
My poor boy.
My sweet summer child.
Whoa.
Mm.
Apollo. There's no note. There is nothing except for a single arrowhead, turned upside down, left in the shape of a heart.
Apollo will take this, and later he will fashion a necklace out of it.
Mm.
I'll have to find another way to contact her. I know that at least she still loves me.
We can figure out ways for you to like secretly get in contact with her. We'll brainstorm it together.
Abs-
Thank you.
I have friends who know how to get into places.
Hmm.
Fine.
I think Kyrene is like, all right, well, wish me luck. And they make their way to their mom's booth.
You've got this, Kyrene. If I can stick it to my old man, you can definitely just talk to your mother.
Kyrene like looks back and smiles awkwardly with like a weak ass thumbs up, like, sure.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Do you want backup as well? I can hit a
Oh,
target
fuck.
from over 600 feet away.
Let's not kill my mom.
Hey, you already know how I get down.
No, you know what? Y'all can stay here.
I'm only returning the favor, you know, we were threatening
You're right.
my father.
He deserved the mud in his mouth, okay? Like I can say that now. He deserved that fucking mud in his mouth.
I have to agree, he was being quite the asshole.
Listen, there's equal opportunity smoke for everybody, okay?
Right?
Ah, I see.
Everybody.
Shauku's hands are rated E for everyone. Critically acclaimed hands.
I think that's the first joke that Kyrie laughed at that Apollo made.
Hearing this, Apollo has instantly just has the thought in his head, oh yes, I am the funny one. I knew it after long last.
I should have never said that.
He's just empowered on several levels today.
Oh no, Apollo is still actually trembling. Bro is not okay. He's going to have to
That
work
was
through that
rough.
trauma.
Yeah. Oh, Shauku reaches in his pocket, pulls out a blunt, and hands it to him.
You do realize I'm going to be on the varsity team. I can't have this.
Oh, you're killing me.
Fuck
I
it.
snap.
He's funny as hell.
Yes.
Shauku heads over to the booth.
Kyrie, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to my mom's booth.
You see your mom's booth, no one in front of it. She clocks your approach. Kyrene,
Hi, Mom.
hello, Kyrene.
How are you?
Oh, you know,
Is this how this is gonna go? And they like motion between, the two of them.
I'm
Can we just
allowing you to set the terms. Clearly, you'd like to set the terms, so I'm allowing you to set the terms.
talk normally?
She kind of sighs and takes off her glasses. Yes, we may. I was very hurt when you left without saying goodbye.
I
She
didn't.
says this with like a completely deadpan face.
I didn't want to come in the first place, if we're being honest.
I know, but it seems you've made some pretty good friends. As she sort of looks back towards the group. That wasn't all bad.
No, you're right about that. My friends are pretty cool. I'll introduce you to them maybe.
Well, I'd love to meet them.
Fern's been really helping us out while I've been here. He's kind of made adjusting easier.
He better be, otherwise I'd kick his ass.
Okay. I think they're surprised like to hear that. We're doing some research. We have a couple of projects we have going on, and
Already?
we,
It's the first day of school.
yeah, it's a lot. We've been through a lot. And I think when they say that, they kind of like get teary eyed thinking of the students and like the owl and all that bullshit. And they kind of just shake it off. But yeah, so I would love if you could help us out.
Sure, anything I can do.
We're trying to look into kiln.
What about them?
Well, they're looking to sign on one of my party members, but it just doesn't feel right. And then, I know you all worked for them for a period of time, but you never went back despite them wanting you all back. Was there a reason for that? Were they weird? Were they, I don't know, like what were they doing?
She kind of looks down at her desk, her booth, and furrows her brow. I'm not allowed to say much about my time at Kiln. I will, however, say that the reason that your father and I decided to not go back is because normally in work, we're used to a certain degree of professional attitude and detachment. And the Kiln Corporation's degree of detachment was something that your father and I felt was excessive regarding the safety and well-being of their employees.
I think Karine kind of leans in. It tries to like out of, other people's, they don't want people to hear them. Were they overworking people, like experimenting on people? What? I know you
Overworking
can't say much.
is
Okay.
a very good guess.
Hmm. Thanks for sharing that. That's weird. If let's just say I wanted to find more information about them, where could I look? Or who could I ask?
I would take a good look at some of their less, and she kind of looks over your shoulder towards the Kiln booth, uh, marketing-oriented employees to get an idea of how they run their business.
Okay. Sheesh. I think Kyrene will look back at the party and send a message. Can I see them?
You can indeed see the Kiln Corporation.
Or I mean, can I see like Chawi, Shauku, Apollo?
Yeah.
Cool. I would send a message to them to ask them to come over.
Oh, Kyrie needs us. I
I,
need.
I,
Yeah, we head over.
start walking towards the booth.
Mhm.
I do like quick introductions. Very much lazy. Like pointing out like Apollo,
Hello,
Charlie,
I'm
Shauku.
Karen's mom.
Hi.
Hello, Mrs.
It's nice to
Clary's
meet you.
mom.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So how's dad?
He misses you. We all miss you. House doesn't feel quite the same with you out of it.
Hmm, I miss them too. Uh, please give them a hug for me.
I'll be sure to do that.
And then I share with the party like what the little bit that she mentioned about working for them and how they treated their employees.
Howie narrows her eyes. I'm still confused. I really want to look at that contract because how can we possibly fulfill a contract while we're still in school and going to class?
If you are going to be signing a contract with Cohen, I would be very careful about it. They have arcane ways of enforcing it.
Figured.
Howie looks at her
Mm.
and says, "Noted."
So obviously, there's pretty much nothing you can share. Like, is that about anything or just like the technology, the proprietary stuff? Like, what's the worst? Can you share what's the worst thing you've seen happen to employees?
I'm unable to speak during my time at the Kiln Corporation, although I can speak that they have a history of a very high turnover rate, we'll say.
Mm.
Turnover because people quit or turnover because people and they like wave their fingers like in front of their neck.
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Mm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
And how about people who either purposely or inadvertently break the NDA?
The consequences are severe.
Mm.
Well,
On the topic of them
they're not.
actually, how is your research going?
She kind of raises an eyebrow. Since when do you care about my research, Kyrene?
I've we've been Karen like looks at the group for a moment. We've
Group
uh
just looks back at her like,
we've been they're like trying to think of like how to say they've been kind of like traveling, but I don't know. They just say we've been coming into some interesting situations that we're seeing a lot of threads are crossing, I guess you can say. And I mean, I'm interested for my own personal reason too.
Well, I'd be happy to talk about my research. I'm sure you could find many of my books in your school library. In fact, I'm an author, by the way. She'll like gesture towards your friends.
God, can you
Howie
just
nods.
like TLDR me it? Like,
Can
do
I
I have to?
TLDR you the incredibly complex and intricate workings of extraplanar travel? No, I can't, Kyrene. I wish I could.
I love Kyrie. I love him so much.
Can I ask one
I
last
love
question?
him so much.
I'm sure.
If a person were to roll the dice and cast caution to the wind, what would be an advantage one can gain from working there, despite the dangers?
Despite the dangers, so long as you carry your weight and maybe a little bit more, they are known for taking very, very, very good care of their employees when they're proven to be worthwhile.
And now you talking money or knowledge
Money,
or both? Or,
items, knowledge,
hmm.
lots and lots and lots of
Influence?
things there. Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I said influence.
Yes,
Mm.
definitely influence.
Do they run a company like a pseudo dictatorship, like a eyes forward, no coffee talk kind of thing? Is it that
Their
type of?
work practices are known to be strict for their lower end workers, although if they're seeking that specifically, I can only imagine that our experiences are going to be somewhat similar. And during my time there, I was very well accommodated, we'll say.
Hmm. Okay. So do I want to get in some shit or not?
And I
Do you
think
want
we'll
to
leave
get
that
us into
decision
some shit or
for
not?
next session since it is getting into the pretty late hours. And
Mhm.
I got class in the morning.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So as you are conferring and debating amongst
Oh,
yourselves,
Heavy, 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 heavy stuff.
heavy, heavy, heavy stuff indeed.
Emotional
Apple and
damage.
Apollo, that was fucking beautiful.
I'm gonna head
Like,
out. Good night, y'all. You can do outros without me, but
uh,
I
Good
gotta
God,
head.
night.
thank
Peace.
Nighty
you,
night.
Alright.
Apple. Good night.
Alrighty. So I've been your oh, sorry. Kyrene, would you like to start off the intros? Plug yourself, any plugs, social medias?
Oh yeah, sure. King V on everything. Sometimes it's all together. Sometimes it's King_V. Yeah. Thank you.
Shauku?
Plot smoke on everything. Not much going on right now, but follow me if you want. I'll follow back. That's about it.
Chowie.
Phenomena on just about everything. I'm not on a whole lot, and I'm not very talkative, but come find me on TikTok if you want.
Alrighty. And I am your host, Shadowmaster G6. I am hoping that you guys had a beautiful and wonderful time here. Yeah, this stream was a little little heavy on my boy, but anyways, I hope to see you beautiful sons of guns in the next one.